In less than 2 months, Osun State will elect its next governor. 14 candidates are on the ballot, but the real contest is between two men with two very different visions for the state. Whether you're voting, watching, or just trying to understand, this is everything you need to know. The election is set for August 15th, 2026. INEC has cleared 14 political parties to contest, but two major parties, the PDP and the Labour Party, are notably absent. The race has effectively narrowed to three serious contenders. The incumbent Governor Ademola Adeleke is running for re-election, but not under the PDP that brought him to power in 2022. He's now on the Accord Party ticket. Challenging him is Bola Oyebamiji of the APC, a former banking executive running on a corporate-style economic blueprint. And the third contender is Najeem Salaam of the African Democratic Congress, a former speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly. One of the most unusual dynamics of this race is that Adeleke won the governorship in 2022 on the PDP platform, but is now seeking re-election under the Accord Party. The PDP, which was his vehicle to power, did not even present a candidate this time. Neither did the Labour Party. For context, the last election in 2022 was extremely close. Adeleke beat the then sitting APC governor, Gboyega Oyetola, by just about 28,000 votes, roughly 403,000 to 375,000. It was a narrow but decisive win that Adeleke's re-election pitch centers on what his team calls a welfare-first approach. His administration points to consistent salary payments on the 25th of every month, clearing years of backlog pension arrears left by previous governments, and investments in healthcare, education, and infra. But critics point to a different picture. Voter concerns identified in polling include youth unemployment, a struggling health sector, uneven infrastructure development that critics say is concentrated around Ide, the abandonment of the Iwo to Osogbo Road project, and several promises from the 2022 campaign that remain unfulfilled. Payroll fraud allegations have also dogged the administration. Bola Oyebamiji brings a completely different approach. With 28 years in banking, his campaign is built around what he calls a corporate-style blueprint for Osun. His key promises include building independent power projects for industrial zones, using public-private partnerships to revive dead state companies, creating digital and vocational skills centers, and aggressively expanding the state's internally generated revenue. Adeleke's camp has hit back hard, calling Oyebamiji's ideas old school and warning that his aggressive push for revenue expansion could mean higher local taxes for small traders. Critics also question whether a corporate-style approach translates to governance in a state where many voters depend on. The third serious contender is Najeem Salaam of the African Democratic Congress. A former speaker of the Osun House of Assembly, Salaam commands pockets of loyalty, particularly through the support network of former Governor Rauf Aregbesola. While polling places the ADC at around 8% in an opinion poll conducted by Standard Post in January 2026 put Oyebamiji ahead, with 52%, Adeleke at 38%, and the ADC at 8%. But these are online polls, not scientific surveys, and Nigerian elections have repeatedly defied pre-election predictee. One of the biggest wildcards is federal influence. The APC claims President Tinubu's exclusive endorsement of Oyebamiji. Adeleke's camp disputes this, but beyond endorsements, the APC has the weight of 30 governors, federal resources, and institutional networks behind it. For Adeleke, running on a smaller party platform without that federal machinery is a significant structural disadvantage, one he'll need to overcome with grassroots popularity and incumbency power. Adding to the pressure, a wave of political defections has favored the APC. Key officials from Adeleke's own circle, including a special advisor and a local government vice chairman, have publicly crossed over. Oyebamiji claims several commissioners and advisors are secretly engaging with APC lead. So what will actually decide this election? 3 things to watch. First, voter turnout. Adeleke needs his base of workers and youth to show up in force. Second, INEC's process. Whether the election is seen as free and fair will determine if the result holds. And third, the ground game, the door. This is not about telling you who to vote for. It's about making sure you understand what you're voting on. 2 very different visions for Osun State, one focused on welfare and direct government spending, the other on private sector-led growth and corporate reform. The choice is yours. Make it an informed one. Civic Naija breaks down Nigerian politics without taking sides. If you want more explainers on the Osun election, Nigerian governance, and how public money works, subscribe. We follow the facts and let you decide.